Hello dear students. This is Mushtaq from MC Society Institute of Pharmacy. Today we are going to learn about parental root, its advantages and disadvantages. Outcome of this lecture, you will be able to describe the parental route of drug administration. Second, you will be able to state the advantages and disadvantages of parental route of drug administration. Parental route. Para means beyond, enteron means intestine. That means we are going to inject or inhale the drug other than GI tract. That means we are going to take the drug other than GI tract. So in GI tract, we call it as enteron route, in which we take the drug from oral route, sublingual route, or enema route. In this system, we are taking the drug other than this GI tract. So the dosage form may be as a solution or suspension or vapors or fine droplets which are placed in inhalers, etc. Next, we have two types of parenteral route in which a drug will be administered either by injection or by inhalation, as we learned in previous lectures. Okay, in injections we have various types of injections like intradermal, we inject the drug in dermis. Subcutaneous, we inject the drug in subcutaneous layer, that is hypodermis layer. Intramuscular, we will inject the drug in muscular layer. Intravenous, we inject the drug in veins. Intramedullary, we inject the drug in medullary cavity of bone. And intra-arterial, we inject the drug in arteries. Intra-articular, we inject the drug in joint. Intraperitoneal, we inject the drug in peritoneum, a layer above our stomach. Intrathecal, we inject the drug near spinal cord. Intracardiac, we inject the drug in heart. These are the various sites of intramuscular injection. So we can see here intramuscular, the angle will be 90 degrees, and for subcutaneous, intravenous and intradermal injections, the various angles. So 90 degrees for intramuscular, 45 degrees for subcutaneous, intravenous 25 degrees, and intradermal 10 to 15 degrees. We can see the actual injection of intradermal. This is catheter placed in intravenous route. We are injecting the drug near the spinal cord, that is called epidural injection or intrathecal injection. We are injecting the drug in the joint. You can see here. Next, coming to the advantages of this parenteral route. So it is the fastest onset of route. So the drug can be show action very fast. Next, it can be used in medical emergencies like heart attack, shock, etc. It can be used in unconscious, non-cooperative patients. Patients suffering from nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, who cannot swallow the drugs, they can be given by this route. Parenteral route requires very small dose. We can give irritating and unpalatable drug by this route. Accuracy of dosage is possible as the drug will not get degraded by gastric enzymes and first pass metabolism. Irritation of stomach can be avoided, and the drugs which are not absorbed in the small intestine, they can be given by this route because the drug will goes into the blood circulation directly. And gastric and liver degradation cannot be possible because drug does not goes to the liver and stomach, and bioavailability is maximum as compared to other route because drug directly enters into blood circulation. And disadvantages of this route: administration is not easy. Why? Because we require technical skill person to inject the drug to avoid damage to nerves, blood vessels, etc. It is not convenient as compared to oral route. It is costly route as we require to purchase the injection, we have to pay the physician fee, etc. That's why it's costly route. And self medication is not possible. Only we can take the drug in subcutaneous layer, others layer are not possible. Strict aseptic techniques should be followed to avoid possibility of infection, and skilled person is required. There will be pain at the site of injection. Supervision of physician is required, and it is very difficult to control or reverse the drug effect. Once we inject the drug, we cannot stop the effect of drug. And in oral route, if we know that we have taken the raw medication, then we are getting the adverse effects, we can simply vomit the drug or we can clean the stomach, that is called as gastric lavage. But this is not possible in this intravenous route. So hence, once the drug is given, it is not possible to reverse the drug effect, to stop the drug action, and to prevent adverse effects. So hence there is greater chances of toxicities. Next, we can give time release preparations which shows for longer action. Intravenous route. In this route, the drug will be injected directly into the vein. So it is the fastest routes of drug action is produced, and we can control the desired concentration of drug in blood. and it should be used specifically when indicated. Otherwise, we should avoid this as it goes directly into the blood circulation. Advantages: the onset of action is very rapid. We can use in medical emergencies, and approximately takes 15 seconds to show the effect. We can use in unconscious patients, patients suffering from nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and large quantities of drug can be administered. That's why we prefer this route for saline injection. That's around we take 500 ml, 1 liter, 2 liter of saline daily for some patients. Okay, so we can give the irritating as a hypotonic solution, can be administered intravenously because the drug is immediately diluted by the blood stream. The desired blood concentration can be obtained, 100% bioavailability is there, and this method is useful to maintain constant drug level. So next, disadvantages: identification of vein is difficult, especially in children and old age patients. Rupture of vein and cause hemorrhages. Leakage of drug from vein into the surrounding tissue may cause severe irritation and thrombosis. Speed of drug entering to the vein must be carefully maintained. Drug with oily vehicle cannot be given by this route because oil cannot mix with blood since blood is made up of water. No reversibility of drug. Once drug is administered, that's all. We had to face the side effects, and that will become very fast. When drugs are given by IV route, needle and syringe must be sterilized to avoid the chances of infections, etc. Skilled person is required for the injection to avoid injury to nerves and blood vessels. So these are some of disadvantages of IV route or intravenous route. So what we have learned today, that is parenteral route. We inject the drug other than GI tract, and we have seen various types of injections, and then we have seen the advantages and disadvantages of parenteral route and advantages and disadvantages of intravenous route of drug administration. Thank you. Thanks a lot.